Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. For the meaning of life differs from man to man, from day to day, and from hour to hour. What matters, therefore, is not the meaning of life in general, but rather the specific meaning of a person's life at a given moment. If there is a meaning in life at all, then there must be a meaning in suffering. Suffering is an ineradicable part of life, even as fate and death. Without suffering and death, human life cannot be complete. Ultimately, man should not ask what the meaning of his life is, but rather he must recognize that it is he who is asked. Religion is the search for ultimate meaning. Ever more people today have the means to live, but no meaning to live for. Challenging the meaning of life is the truest expression of the state of being human. Each man is questioned by life, and he can only answer to life by answering for his own life. To life he can only respond by being responsible. There is nothing in the world, I venture to say, that would so effectively help one to survive even the worst conditions as the knowledge that there is a meaning in one's life. No one can become fully aware of the very essence of another human being unless he loves him. To the European, it is a characteristic of the American culture that, again and again, one is commanded and ordered to be happy, but happiness cannot be pursued. It must ensue. One must have a reason to be happy. If you call religious a man who believes in what I call a super meaning, a meaning so comprehensive that you can no longer grasp it, get hold of it in rational intellectual terminology, then one should feel free to call me religious, really. A man's concern, even his despair, over the worthwhileness of life is an existential distress, but by no means a mental disease. When a man cannot find meaning, he numbs himself with pleasure. God is the partner of your most intimate soliloquies. View life as a series of movie frames. The ending and meaning may not be apparent until the very end of the movie, and yet each of the hundreds of individual frames has meaning within the context of the whole movie. Each of us carries a unique spark of the divine, and each of us is also an inseparable part of the web of life. The quest for meaning is the key to mental health and human flourishing. An abnormal reaction to an abnormal situation is normal behavior. The attempt to develop a sense of humor and to see things in a humorous light is some kind of a trick learned while mastering the art of living. We can discover this meaning in life in 3 different ways. 1. By doing a deed. 2. By experiencing a value. And 3. By suffering. Humor was another of the soul's weapons in the fight for self-preservation. Love is the only way to grasp another human being in the innermost core of his personality. Life ultimately means taking the responsibility to find the right answer to its problems and to fulfill the tasks which it constantly sets for each individual.